Welcome, welcome, welcome once again to the LANCESCURV show, actually the Queen Nefertiti show. And today we're going to speak about the rise of the melanated people, but she can tell you better than I can because she's the one that also brings the fire. And the kind of fire that she brings, we love. So I'm going to turn the floor over to you, but I'm going to say welcome, my dear sister, to the show. And let me ask you, how are you this evening?
I'm actually doing wonderful. I just celebrated my birthday yesterday.
Oh, wow.
And I am grateful to
Happy
the
belated
ancestor
born day.
and the creator for being here another year.
Yes, yes. You have work to do, and you have a lot of work to do. And the work that you're doing is going to keep you here because it's going to keep you alive because you know that you have a purpose. That's the bottom line.
Yes.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Yes. So,
yes.
Wow, the rise of the melanated people. There are some people out here who don't want to hear that because they're trying to stop the rise of the melanated people, but they can't stop it. That's like stopping nature. And it's nice to know this.
Can't. Yeah, no, you can't. You can't. You can't stop what's already ordained, and it's already, you know, if you believe in precepts and you're a Christian, you should know that precepts are ordinance. And it's like a rule. It's like a written, you know, a spiritual rule, you know, that's given to us from our creator. Now, I say creator, you know, sometimes God.
I'm not going to get on you because we are in transition from all of the stuff that's been put on us, and we're all at different levels. So if we're on a level that people don't understand, or we're still using terms or concept, there's some people who they scour the comment section. Aha! I thought you said this, but you said God. Sometimes I say, "Oh my God," because I'm coming out of that. You know what I mean?
It doesn't matter.
Right.
You're losing sleep over things that the creator, the cosmos, don't care.
Exactly. So
we need to get out of that foolishness.
I'm going to answer this door real quick. I want you to continue on. I will be right back.
Okay.
Talk to us.
I did want to touch on something because I was listening to your show. I believe that was on the 6th.
Take your sweet time. Take your sweet time. I'm going to tell you from now. I'm like that. I'm like that pickpocket that you see in the mall, and you know I'm a pickpocket, and you lock eyes with me, and you basically through the eyes say, "I know you the pickpocket. You ain't gonna get me." And I'm looking back at you like I'm the pickpocket. I'm getting that purse. So my job is to keep you on as long as I can. While you don't know it, right? So that's what I say, you know, take your time, go on as long as you want. Now, you may see in your mind, I'm going to be here hour and a half, 2 hours. Whatever it is, I'm going to try to get more. So go right ahead and don't think that you're taking up too much time. Just go and flow, all right?
Thank you so much for having me on again.
Oh, this is a pleasure and an honor. Thank you, sweetheart. But go ahead. The floor is yours.
Okay. Well, thank you, listeners, for tuning in. And today I want to talk about the rise of the melanated people. And I ask that you take some notes. If I say anything that you might find it that you have an interest in, you know, I'll leave my information with Brother Lance. But I want to, first of all, before I start, I do want to first give homage and thanks to the creator and our ancestors. And I hope what you receive from me is the love of us. The love of us, our people. Doesn't matter who you with, but if you don't have love for yourself, and for people who look like you, that is not love. You need to re-examine yourself. The other thing I hope I bring to the table is the spirit that pours out of me from our ancestors to connect to you. So you will get the message that I'm about to give and unfold to you today. The third thing is a sense of destiny. We have a destiny. It was interrupted. But now we're in the middle of the fork. And if we do not choose correctly to change, and it's not a huge change, it's just acceptance. Acceptance starts with you. You. Let that be your focus point for when you meditating. You. Everything starts with you, because without you, there would be nothing else. Understand that. Understand your power as an individual. Understand the difference between you breathing and a corpse is you still have your soul. You still have your spirit. That means you have choices to make. So that's how I'm coming at you guys. I don't have to see you, your face, but I feel you. And that's how deep it can get. But the choice is yours. It's a journey. And there's one you can only take by yourself. You were in, even if you were twins, triplets, it doesn't matter. You have your own individual cord attached to you and your mom's womb. That says you're an individual. Unless there's a misnomer and something happened in the womb and you're attached. But most people who are attached, they still have individuality. So just to say, for those of us who do not take responsibility and we want to blame it on other folks for how we ended up this way, let's just take a moment and stop and do some self-reflecting. Because it's not just about you anymore, especially if you are a parent and you are a grandparent. We are in this thing together, and either we function as a group. We can't get away from that. That's almost like taking a blade of grass out and expecting it to survive by itself. It's not going to happen, okay? So that's as plainly as I can express myself. So I wanted to touch on a topic that I was listening to on the 6th, and Lance was talking to a sister from Kenya, and she is a prime example of one of the problems that stop us from growing as a people and as individuals. We always want to relate religion to spirituality, and they're actually not the same. They're not the same thing. Religion is something that comes from man himself. Spirit is a pure source by itself. So we need to come to that conclusion of understanding the difference. And I think it'll make it easier for us, those of us who are on our spiritual journey. When we look at the threats that we're being faced with today, and we all know what those threats are. We have problems in this country, but not just this country. We have problems around the world. And we know that those problems look like victimization. We have oppression. We have humanity issues. We're not free. We're fighting. We've been fighting for, okay, I'm 61. So if anyone had a different life, let me know. And we're the only folks that built this country, but yet we still cannot benefit from it. And we have to ask the questions: where are our banks? Where are our institutions? Where are they? We don't own anything. Even the so-called rich Black colleges that we have, it doesn't really belong to us. They can liquidate that anytime they want to. Okay, so, and I'm sorry, giving us access to minority scholarship is not going to fix this problem. It doesn't matter. It's not, nothing they do is going to fix this problem as long as we are denied access to wealth. We are denied access to safe and prosperous communities. When you think about it, only thing that they allow us access to is debt. So if you want to go to school, by the time you get out, you're 100K, 150K in the hole. Trust me, I can tell you about that. So when we're talking about in terms of the rise of melanated people, we got to do the framework, and we got to look at the economics. We got to look at our leaderships, and we got to look and be honest about the racism that's affecting us on a daily basis. Now, those of you who have heard me speak before, I might say some things that might sound the same, but sometimes you have to keep saying things to people understand it. That's what I love about Brother Farrakhan. Even though I'm not a Muslim, I take a little bit from everybody just to see where they, what I can take from them and use. So, but I personally, I'm not into any religion. I just don't believe in it. Grew up in it, but I don't believe in all that nonsense. Okay, but each to his own. When I look at the grasp of everything, and I'm gonna give you an example in a minute. Why has it been so long, and why is it taking so long for us to achieve independence? Well, I was looking at watching YouTube the other day, and listening to Christian leaders, and I was noticing the verbiage when one of the leaders was speaking. He, of course, is Caucasian, and he was talking about, he realized that he had some racist tendencies. But the brother, I'm just gonna say brother, I just don't like saying black too much. The brother interrupted and almost immediately wanted to defend him speaking out about his own personal, what he's thinking, what he's feeling, his opinion about how he's mirroring himself to the audience. And so this is a problem, because for me, I was wondering, what are you doing? Let that man speak. Let him take a good glance at his own ignorance without you interrupting, wanting to save him. Why is that? So many of us live in denial that this is what we're doing. So wonder why Caucasian people are confused, because we'll address the elephant in the room, and that's a term that a lot of psychologists, therapists use. But as soon as we identify the elephant, then we want to save the elephant. And what does that do? That just completely destroy the process. So in order for these people or folks to get it, they have to do some self-examination and condemn themselves. They must. How are you going to, especially if you believe in the book, the Bible, then there's a lot of purging. Or did you think purging was exclusive? It was only meant for you. Because that is what you was taught, that you are bad, that God and the angels are white, so they are right. Okay, so let's back all of that up and put it where it belongs. Responsibility, every individual is responsible for how they in turn treat other folks. And there's no excuses. There's no excuses. And then when I listen to our brothers and sisters in Africa, they can't come together either. This just seemed to be now this is a generational curse. This is a curse. You can call it whatever you want, but it's a curse. So if we don't recognize that, we are doomed to recolonization. It's happening already. And how can it happen? And it can happen very quickly. People keep fooling around. You have, according to the ambassador of Africa, Arika, I think is how you pronounce their name, but I'm not sure. China, Europeans, and the US is over there trying to buy lands in South Africa. So let's examine our history. How did they control us in the first place? Well, they took control of the continent of Africa. And if this happens again, it does and it will impact all melanated people globally. It will. Right now, we have 76.4% Black in Africa, 9.1% in whites, 8.9% in color, and 2.5% in Asians. But let's look at the history. The history tells us if we do not honor and remember our ancestors who lived through this hell already, we are doomed to repeat it. We are doomed to repeat it. So the talk between Black and white Christian leaders on topics of race is never going to truly, in my opinion, be addressed. We've been there before. I don't know, some of you probably remember Billy Graham. And what happened there? Nothing. Nothing. Because once again, like I said, as Africans, melanated people, indigenous melanated people, don't matter. If we continue to clean them up and dress them up like children, they'll never take responsibility. They'll never take responsibility. And so we're crying out for reparations and things of that nature for them to fix what they've done to us. How can they? How can they? Well, you're gonna keep forgiving them for every damn thing. You're not gonna be stern. And this is the other thing, because I don't know, some of you, if you're aware of the brother and that have a militia group, and they marched over in a Stone City or Stonewall in Atlanta, Georgia. And he got some backlash for that, surprisingly. Well, I'm not surprised, from the Black community, saying that, he's been a racist and, he wants to harm, white people, etc. But I don't understand why how's that okay? And you had white militias going to the state buildings and what have you, in places like Detroit. Okay, marching through the towns with their guns and things like that, threatening. And the only reason they were there because they were threatening to shoot Black people over the fourth weekend. So I personally commend that young man, or I don't think he's that, whatever, that brother. I'm gonna say that brother because can't tell his age, because black don't crack. But he said they were a mature group. But nonetheless, I want to commend him and his. I think he had 1,000 to 1,500 folks there, and I hope it grows, because we must understand the exact thing. When we had the rise of the melanated people back in 1929, what happened? They were successful in burning down what we built up and killing a lot of our people. Why? Because I think this is the biggest thing. Not to jump around too much. We underestimate Caucasian people. Why? Because a lot of us want to think, oh, they're so nice. They're good people because, they smile at me, oh, they might give me a cupcake or whatever the case, and for some men, oh, she opened her leg for me. I mean, that has nothing to do with nothing. Okay. You don't think the DSM-5 now was created for black folks, do you? So you can actually go to your library and get it and look at a lot of the behavior, okay? And you will see there's a lot of detachment going on, especially when you're arrogant, egotistical, and you are a narcissist. And these people are plagued with it. And I don't care who they are. I think they're born that way. And if you think I'm being, racist in any kind of way, I can't be, because I don't own anything to control anybody like that. If you say I think I'm prejudiced, well, that's a matter of opinion. All I know is I care about myself first. I love myself. I love my children. I love my people. Okay, and if that makes me anything other than that, I don't care. I'm just going to put it out there like I see it and like I experience it. And I don't want to hear, oh, it was that way a long time ago, because as you can see, where are we now? You're finding our brothers in trees. And then, was it just this week or last weekend, they were trying to hang a brother, okay? So this thing is for real, and it's continuing. And if we want to have any hope for change, it's going to come from us. It's not going to come from them, And once again, I hear echoing of, let's do it together. Let's do it together. Well, I'm sorry, but Martin Luther King had people with him, and it didn't stop him from him being executed. So we just really have to get real with ourselves. And those leaders, like I said, I was listening to Franklin, defending another Christian leader, Angelica, Caucasian, when he's self-reflecting about his racial condemnation and his thoughts towards Black people, like I said, he was offending him. Defending him, saying, oh, well, we all have those kind of thoughts. Why is that Black man? How can he afford that car? That's typically, if we think like that, it's because that person we know ain't got no job or what have you, or don't make money like that, and we know he might be slanging or whatever. But when they see a successful Black man with a Mercedes, dressed well, that is their thought. How can he afford that? Because he could be living right in the same neighborhood. But the point is, I dare you to try to be equal to me. And that's what I hear. Okay, you might hear something different, but that's exactly what I hear. And then you have others like Tony Evans. I can't say I listen to his sermons or whatever, anything, but I know who he is from the day when I used to. The host of the show was explaining to him that he realized his biases when he was against interracial dating and marriages. So I don't want to say that they're right for being the way they are. However, I'm going to definitely say we're wrong for being the way we are, because it's not natural. When I look and I see strong, what can I say, strong, just athletic, I mean, in black men are creator. They it's like having a big elephant. You need support, and as a woman, oh my God, to see my brothers being treated kind of way, it does something. It's not only rage, but it's like something oozing out of my soul. So maybe that's a little deep for some of you guys, but that's what I feel. It's unbearable. So when I was watching and listening to interracial couples the other day talk about what they're experiencing now, and to hear my sister say, she exclusively dated black guys, but she did, when she met the white guy, that was something different, but it grew to love. And the only thing she wanted from him is to keep asking questions to show some support. He, on the other hand, he was saying that he wanted from his mate, and I'm talking about, quote, what we say, so-called black man, what he wanted from his Caucasian woman was for her to continue listening to him, blah, blah, blah. And her response was, I know I'm taking away a good black man from black women, but I can't help it. I want him. See, and the only thing I walked away from all that was like, that's exactly how it was then. They seen something that they want. It's like going to the cherry tree. Go on to the cherry tree, pluck what you want and keep it, and let the rest go to hell. So, I don't know what else to tell you. I see things, I don't see in between. I don't believe in between. It's either it is or it ain't. So it's black or white. There ain't no in between. It ain't no in between, and either you see truth or you don't see it. But we all can be, if you want to, walk around in rose-colored glasses, but it's not going to change the position where we find ourselves in today. And if we don't stop making excuses, I'll say it one more time, for racists who have contributed to our condition for all these years, we're going to end up in the same predicament. And for those who want to make excuse, listen, they are aware way before black people are. With no warning, things change. So we got comfortable in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and it appeared like everything was going dandy. We got some form of acceptance. Everybody listened to our music, blah, blah, blah. But when Obama came on the scene, what happened? You got spikes in police brutality, unemployment, the media focus on assassinating our character. And these are the same elements that we have been experiencing for years. This presents itself in every scenario when before an uprising in America. So the group of the day is Black Lives Matter. It doesn't matter all the marching in the world is not going to change our social conditioning in America or Africa. So I do have a question. Why? why so many of us say we are God's children and we are the original people, but we are afraid of Caucasians. We've been brainwashed by their religion, honoring their pink skin, not white, it's pink. We have been taught that we are a curse. And if we dare rise up to them, to our masters, in any way, shape, or form, we're going to be condemned. So we continue to believe that and not question that. What did Jesus really do for us? How did he serve us? The same Jesus when we were brought to the shores, first of all in Jamaica, and then to here, we were stripped of who we were as a people, and we were lynched, murdered, beaten if we dare utter our own language and talk to our own gods and ancestors. And then the biggest question, how come Jesus would do this? Allow us to continue suffering under colonialism, especially if you had accepted Christianity. What is that? Okay, it's the Inquisition, meaning they were killing Black people who were saying they were Christians. You got to look that stuff up for yourself. But at the end of the day, we got to make up our minds. Either we work together, or our children will be the next under working class, and that's something then you will have to deal with. You will have to deal with. We will have to deal with as a people. The reason I named this title, "The Rise of the Melanated People," is because we can arise above this mess. I was listening to Oprah panel on the 21st, talking about the American social construct and how it's broken. And I think we all got the gist of that now, right? So we want to ask ourselves, how can we recover as people? I said it once, we have to come together. We have to work together. We have to not only vote, but we want to make damn sure that they eradicate or re-amend the 13th and the 14th. Because when you think about it, they left an option open for slavery. And what they replaced it with is with vagrant laws. So therefore, you can that's why there was an increase of Black men being incarcerated. And I had got some information that talks about that. Right now, there was this is the group that I want to speak of. They're called the ACLU. They're the director. I'm sorry. They're criminal defense lawyers, and it's a board. Jeffrey Robertson is the director. And basically, it was created so that when our brothers are arrested and imprisoned, they can use them for labor or slavery. Just say slavery, because that's what it is. And it's called a ALEC. That's the name of it. The American Legislation Excellent Council is what it's called. And they were created back in 1990. And so that's when the 3 strikes came about, because that was instituted because they need to increase the prison population, because companies that sat on this board, hold on to your hats, Walmart, Verizon, Google, Coca-Cola, eBay, and there's countless others, State Farm, they actually resigned from the board. Then, of course, the NRA. So when I was, I had researched that and look at that, then it makes sense, because I did used to work in a prison, and then I noticed that some of the inmates would go out on off grounds for fire duties. So they're actually using them to be firefighters. And I thought that was interesting, that they were allowed to do that, but they're locked up and they're supposed to be criminal. And that makes sense to me. But I would ask them, do you ever think about, while you're out there running away? It does happen, but they keep it on a hush hush, because not many people know that the cities and the counties use them for other, for labor. So the other thing is, then you have other places like JCPenney and Victoria's Secret. That was a big one to me, Victoria's Secret. So just to throw a few of them out there so you guys can look that up yourself to find out. And once again, it's ALEC, and they were created the board was created in 1990. So this is where we get into private prisonization and police to detain and make more arrests of now immigrants, because they're using them for cheap labor. Okay, so I wanted to share that with you guys. So we must understand, whoever controls the past controls the future. And who controls the present controls the past. And that was by Orson Welles. If we control the narrative of the past, then we can control our future. If not, we will not be able to change the present or the future. Right now it's dire, because our truth will change the wealth of the nation. And we got to know that. Another thing I want to point out for my brothers and sisters who are really in the Christian faith, is something I really wanted to share with you. And it goes back to when the boat was slave boats came to America. Did you know the first thing that they did was to write ordinance that laws, in other words, and put laws into place so that you would be punished by. And I wanted to, I hate that I mixed that up. But one of the laws was here we go. Yeah. So one of the laws they created in 1619, and it's when they landed in Jamestown, was Ordinance 636. And that was the first American slaves carried to America. And they went to, and they desired for them to build and land in Massachusetts. So one of the things that they could not do is they could not have their religion. They stripped them of their religion. And the women who were raped, and it's under 662, and got impregnated, one of the laws was, and this is in Virginia law, that if the enslaved mother got pregnant, regardless of the status of her, the man, her, or the father, the child still will remain a slave. And 667 in Virginia, if the enslaved Black person wanted to go ahead and denounce their religion and take on Christianity, then you could do so. You could do so. But however, if you chose not to, and you try to practice your own religion, then you were subjected to torture or murder. So that's just a few of the laws that I looked up that affect us then and actually today. Because look what happens when you speak, about another religion outside of Christianity. Yeah, you know, if they could stone you today, they you guys probably wouldn't. You'll help them. You'll help stone your own people for them. So moving right along, we have to understand that we have to fight against these social injustice and these social methods that they've been using. And not, what can I say? It's almost like they got it. Why reinvent the wheel when you don't have to? Why? Because it's been done once, twice. It can be done again. So you can bet that now this is the only thing that's different. And I'm pretty sure Brother Lance can agree. People are marching a lot longer. But as you can see, what's happening? What's happening is that you have other issues been put on the table. LGBT, winning a Supreme Court justice for not being discriminated against. Now you have the once again the Dreamers Act coming, into play. So that's the only thing I see is it's getting all now. It's losing its momentum because now we're talking about all these other groups that don't. It has something to do with what we're talking about. What's happening right now? They're not being brutalized and murdered by cops. And if you notice, still murders are still happening to our Black men. It's still happening. And along with that now is the hanging. So marching, as we can see, we gotta be honest, it's not working. It's not enough. Matter of fact, it's triggering other things. You got white supremacists coming out, running them over with cars and things like that now, and they're getting away with it. So we have to change the narrative. We have to stop doing the same predictable things. And I personally, I hate turning on TV because I don't want to see the same thing play out over and over again. And nobody is listening to one another. And why, when we have these discussions, it can't be just about us. It cannot be just about, why can't we just talk about how we're going to fix, I used to say, I can't do anything for the next person that I'm not willing to do for myself. So then that's when the question you have to ask yourself how much you love yourself and what are you willing to do to change the outcome for your life. How will we rise? How will we? We have to take back our rights that was given to other groups. Right now, LGBT and the Hispanics, although, we say, we're all brown and brown people, they're brother and sister, but at the end of the day, we don't move that way. I live in California, and I can honestly tell you, we don't move that way. Brown over here, black over there. It's the same thing. And the only time you want to come together is when it's affecting both parties. The other thing we need to understand, we are still residents in America. And emancipation only means to let go from bondage. It only transforms slavery to the states. Okay? So that's why the states, once again, build prisons. That's how it's been done. And liberty doesn't mean protection under the law. So that's why we have to dissemble the 13th and the 14th Amendment. The other problem I see that we have as a people, we got to understand when you say black, it doesn't mean anything. You need to look in your law books. Or go to your library. Or matter of fact, you don't even have to. You can go online and just look it up and ask these questions. Someone call you black. It's not neither here nor there. It was not recognized. It's not recognized under the UN. It's not recognized around the world. And it's just because that is an adjective. It's just not. It's not a person. It doesn't nationalize you. And we really need to think seriously about that, because that's what cut us off from our other African brothers and sisters, brown skin brothers and sisters, because there's no such thing as black people. We have either very dark amber or we're light. Okay, and then so we want to look at the. So we really want our whoever going to be the president, who we all can agree upon. I'm pretty sure that I think it's Biden. We want him to really to tackle the U.S. Constitution, Amendment 13, and we want them to completely abolish slavery. Should have been done. And involuntary servitude. That is unacceptable. That's unacceptable. So we really need that taken care of. Now, I don't know if you pay attention to when Kamala Harris and oh gosh, it just slipped my mind. But the other African American guy, God, what is his Booker? That they were trying to pass a bill to abolish slavery, or for them to just rewrite it and get that out of there, the servitude, and Rand Paul was blocking it. So it wasn't a long time ago that we our people faced this. So we need to stop thinking in terms of that's over there and we're here now. And I am a here and now individual. What happened yesterday, for the most part, depending on what it is, doesn't apply today, but this does apply in the here and now. It does apply to us in the here and now. And that's what we're dealing with. So we also need to really get him to eradicate the 14th Amendment as well. Because in 1868, it granted citizenship to all persons born on neutralized in the United States, including former slaves. And we were guaranteed citizenship and equal protection under the law. But the problem is we're not enforcing that. And we must use this approach. So, because when you ask these stupid cops, when they're pulling you over, you're violating my rights. You're violating my rights. What does that mean? You gotta understand what is a right, okay, and what is not has nothing to do with your rights. So, and you hear that a lot because you hear a lot of famous people say things of that nature. But you have to read the amendments, and so you can apply them correctly when you're speaking to these people. In some cases, yeah, it might piss them off because it shows that they're stupid and not as. I had a law teacher used to say cops are dumb, but I don't believe that because I know some cops, and no, everybody's not dumb. It's just they refuse to they have egos. That's the best I could tell you. They have egos, and they don't like being challenged. A lot of them, and they're not professional. And I'm not saying all police officers, because there's some good police officers. There are. We can't, use one brush and stroke everybody the same. Okay, but there is assholes out there, and they're very arrogant. And the sad thing with that goes along with that hand to hand, if they call themselves a white nationalist. So those are the ones we totally want to get rid of. We want to put pressure on our states to defund the police department. And yes, a lot of them are quitting, and that's fine with me. I hope it's fine with you. Let's hire people in our community to look more like us. And I'm not just saying anybody, of course, they need to be vetted very well. Because I'm not saying just because you look like me, sound like me, or whatever, that you're 100% above the law or pure, and you can't make we all make mistakes. But what I'm saying is get some halfway decent cops in there and train them right. And yes, I agree 100% when they say you need to have a mental health person on a lot of these calls, because we know, some of us know for a fact, a lot of us are suffering from mental illness. That was not addressed in our community for years. And until like the late 19, I'll say like 1992 or something, or not 1992, but later than that. Like they started addressing it in New York. I'm trying to think that oldest film that I saw, how old was it? But it was in the maybe 1968 or 70, somewhere around there. However, it was not given a priority. They just was, trying to, I think, look for triggers, weaknesses, etc. That's what they do. Look for vulnerabilities and how to handle us. Yes, I said it. How to handle us. How to control and manipulate. And that's what they do. That's what they do. So you could tell where we are right now. Because when issues like reparations come up, why did they didn't have a problem with paying the Japanese? And we went to way more hell than they did. you know, and are we still dealing with Confederate leaders in the White House? I'm gonna have to tell you the truth. Yes, we are. Democrats and Republicans are the same people. One just think they're more liberal than the other, but I can tell you they're not. All you got to do is look at a lot of the social programs and how they I won't say colonize our communities, because at one time I remember the community was a lot more safer, you know, until the crack cocaine and all that stuff came on the scene. You know, and it tore up a lot of families. Welfare, that comes from the dens. Did that help the Black community? Hell no, because the father had to leave the home. So and one thing we have to understand, they do say the Confederate leaders enacted the Black codes, but Democrats are aware of the Black codes and they use them as well. W.D. Du Bois in the 21st century, and you were color line, understanding laws created in slavery in 1619. The first ship landed in Jamestown. The United States social constructs were built on slavery. And then we ask ourselves, what is the problem? Why can't we move on from this? And this is a big kicker. In 1896, Plessy versus Ferguson, the United States paid reparation to Japanese and paid the owners of the slaves for emancipation, for the loss, I'm saying, to cover the loss of slaves during the period of emancipation. So that's why it's important for us to learn our history. Because if you don't, you're doomed to, and we are doomed to repeat it over. No, we have to change the narrative. And we have to take back our history. And we need to stop falling into all these distractions. There's a lot of distractions, like I said, you know. You got the Black Lives Matter movement. You got lesbian, gay, that stuff going on. You also got right now the issue with the Dreamers, you know, and all this stuff is just a lot of hot air just to get us, to keep us confused. You got the COVID spiking, and think about that. When you have, on the other hand, footage showing that a lot of the hospitals are empty, you know. So and then if you notice, they were trying to make it a Black thing, but when you had NAACP and other Black organizations coming together and wanted proof, that changed. I'll give you an example of what happened to me on Facebook. African sister sends me things, and I look at it, and then I'll post it to on my page. And what it was a report that a news report that they were suing Bill Gates because he was trying to test the vaccination on Africans, and in small countries in South Africa. So the other Africans got together and they charged him with a human rights violation. So then it just kind of went away. I didn't hear anything. I couldn't find anything. However, I heard then on CNN that Trump was congratulating Brazil for allowing them to do testing in Brazil. Now, you know anything about Brazil, it's us over there in Brazil. Majority of people are Black, okay, or so-called Black. So then Facebook hit me up and said I was spreading, it was false. The story was false. So then I came back at them, and then I asked them, okay, so inquiring minds would like to know if it's false, then why Bill Gates is no longer going to test Africans, South Africans, and if the largest outbreak is in Italy, why then the Italy is not participating in the testing since they have the most cases? And then lastly, why are you in Brazil and want to do the testing on poor people? And needless to say, no one has gotten back in touch with me, because I'm going to dot all my I's and cross my T's. And if you're going to come at me and say something is false, because I'm not that person. I don't want to hear the little coin term that they use, you know, conspiracy theory and false, false media. No, that's dealing with America and the government for sure. Our media, because they're controlled by our government. So you're only going to say what they allow you to say and nothing more. You can play the good and the bad, whatever, and I care. It's a bunch of BS. So I'm old enough to know better. So I go after when I have a question, and I'm going to ask that question. So another way we are going to rise, because I mean, let's face it, they say by 2025, America is going to be, the majority is going to be brown people. So I'm pretty sure they're not really happy about that news. And so they're doing everything in their power to stop that. But they're not going to be able to stop that. But my concern is when we're up to like in baseball, when you're up to bat and the pressure is mounted, what are you going to do? So we got to really start looking at organizing. Our focus should be reconstruction of our policies, projects. We need to appeal to, let's say, the World Council, UN, to make sure that, our rights are being protected. But now the problem is, because I always keep saying, one of the things that we need to do is launch a complaint with the UN under war crimes, because we are a prisoner of war, because they went over there, they battled us, they captured us, and in this country, we have been subjected to genocide, brutality. We've been treated like animals. And, they treated the prisoners of war in Germany better than they treat us. Okay? And we're supposed to be the citizens there. But needless to say, though, the biggest secret is this is our land. This is our land. We were here first. We were here first, and we are the builders and the creator of this land. And so to rationalize everything, just have to put the pieces together. And we have to look at the whole entire structure and the system and how it has worked against us. Now, my heart goes out for my brothers and sisters who have gotten in relationships and have friends and they, they're Caucasian. And you saw, because my sons went through the same thing. And I'm not a vicious woman. I'm not, my perspective in life is live and let live. But what I won't do, I won't bury the truth. I won't shy away from the truth. I am androgynous and I man up. And I don't give anybody too much slack, especially if you're not a child. You have to look at things for what it is. And if that person desires to be in your life, they're going to be chastised like everybody else. They need to go through the fire, just like everybody else. And that proves if they really care for you. Now, working as a counselor, what have you, I've met many broken Black men and women after their Caucasian lover was done with them. And I was in disbelief that they literally thought that it was going to be lasting, or it was more than what it is, But I guess that's what you tell yourself when you're trying to convince yourself that you can do better, or you're doing better, because you don't feel good about yourself. And yeah, a lot of folks are in denial, and they'll say, "Oh, I love myself. It's not this, it's not that." Yeah, well, I'm here to. I hate to say it, but a lot of times we have to look inside, because sometimes we have issues about embracing ourselves, embracing our own culture. And this world can do it to you. It can do it to you. It can actually do a huge mind of screw or fuck on you if you let it. So what I'm going to kind of leave with you guys is, we've been bombarded daily with acts of violence against us, negative and positive, sometimes swing of relationships. That's just the very, it's not really predicated on anything. As far as I can see, it's still an illusion. But until we can go outside our doors and go wherever we want to without being stopped or harassed by police, or now others, citizens, non-Black citizens, and we could go out and just be ourselves and not be looked at as though we landed off of Mars or Jupiter. Some say we did, because there's pyramids on the moon. But nonetheless, until we feel a sense of connectiveness, love for each other, it's just the elements of the universe itself. It's just, you ever just gaze at the stars at night and look at the planets? You see the connect. They're so connected. They're so part of each other that there's nothing out of place. And they say, so as above, so as below, but something is out of place here. Something ain't right with this picture. So as we rise, and we will, are we prepared? Are we committed to be the gods and the goddesses again that roam this earth? Are we? Until we really deal with the issues of slavery and finally just root that out, and we mentally get our act together and go on a spiritual within this journey, we will never be free. And brothers and sisters, the time is now. And in closing, I just want to say that there was a young lady attacked. I saw the video in a hotel. She actually worked there. And it was very brutal what I saw. I just want to say that, especially women, if you do not own mace or pepper spray, get yourself some. Get yourself a stun gun. You know, we have to think now. I know a lot of us don't want to, but it is what it is. I always carry my stuff, but then again, like I said, the type of work I used to do, I'm used to it. So I take it with me wherever I go. But carry something to protect yourself, because if you are prepared, the outcome is going to be totally different. And the same thing with our brothers. You know, some of you got your besties and, they're white guys and what have you. Well, do that, but be sound in yourself. Recognize warning signs. Because the brother who was almost hung the other day, he was not, he wasn't recognizing the warning signs. There's warning signs. We all get them. And it's our ancestors trying to warn us when danger is near. And I'm not saying you got to walk in fear, but you got to walk in with some sense. Basically, bottom line, just have some sense. This is the world we live in. Even if you take the racism out of it, it's the environment that the United States breathes. It has the highest death, murder, crime rate than any other country in the world. Just do the research. So it's breeded and bred in the soil here. Don't forget, we're walking every day over the graves and the corpse and the blood that's been shed on this land of our people. Don't ever let that escape your mind. Because that itself, that's why this land is cursed. And if we don't raise our vibration spiritually and get some understanding and stop playing around, we're going to find ourselves down there with them, rotting away, because we didn't do what we should do. And that is bring ourselves to I'll say royally level that we supposed to be on. Not deserve. It was a way of life. It was a way of life. And then we all individually need to really take a look at constitutionally what we should be calling ourselves. And look, I have never met a white person, Caucasian person, who denied being Caucasian or being white or being of a European descent. Ask yourself, why are we this way? Why do we want to throw everything out there other than accepting who we are? So that's one thing, one real fact here, acceptance. If we don't accept ourselves, we're doomed anyways. So we need to stop with the foolishness. I listen to like Brother Reggie, I listen to Muslims, I listen to Moors, etc. Now, the only one that you're going to find that's going to be a correct title, not even Hebrew, it is going to be Moors, because that's what they wrote in their books, that they called us that term Moor. And that is an adjective explaining the group, the people from the land, because it was called Black Lands at one time. So, and even though it describes dark skin, it's not saying you're black, like black, like, like the tar, the absence of color. You look at yourself, you are different shades of brown. At least I know I am. So I'm definitely in absence of color. Vice versa, if you call yourself white, you would be absent of any color. Okay? Because that's just two spectrums. You can't go any further than white. You can't go any further than black. Right? It's like a dead end street. So we need to get past all the games now. It's time to grow up. And my hope is that all of us survive this thing. My hope is all of us come together and start recognizing each other when we're in public. Say hi to your brother, say hi to your sister. Now, see, guys do it a lot more, than women. But we need to do that. We need to embrace each other. And I know a lot of us don't do it because white people, or Caucasian, I'm just say Caucasian or Albanians, they look and watch us. And it's like, that is, and I know this for a fact, I had to address this woman everywhere. I'm talking to another sister, and she just kept looming around in the grocery store in the same spot. And so after 10 minutes or so, I told the sister, I said, you see her? I said, she's trying to eavesdrop to see what we're talking about. So she kept on doing whatever. So we just stopped. I told her, just stop talking. Let's look at her. And we did. And then she was like, oh, yes. Oh, I found it. Oh, okay. And she went on about her business. Because I'll confront you. I'm that type of person. I don't care. I'm going to confront you. You're in my space. You're going to get out my space. And we all need to understand we got to stop acting like we're free, because we are. We got to stop asking for permission, because we are adults. Children ask for permission. We also think, once again, I commend those brothers, those ex-military militia brothers, doing it right by the books. But we need more of that in our communities. So when we see a cop breaking the law, about to kill one of our people, we could just, we can handle our business. So, and protect that brother or sister. And like I said, protect. I'm not telling anyone that we got to go out there and, be like Michael Dorner or whatever, which, like I said, I commend him. He handled his business too. But the point is, The point is, we got to stop allowing ourselves to be treated like victims and bullied. We can't continue to experience a loss of a loved one, a friend, or a neighbor, or shoot. And I was telling Brother Lance earlier, I don't know him personally, but I know his spirit, and he's my brother. I feel connected to him. And that sounds deep, but once you raise your vibration, you understand what I'm talking about. I didn't have to be on a slave ship. I didn't have to witness a sister being split in two. I knew it happened. I felt it happen within me. So that's why my stance is so strong, because we as a people, we don't do hideous things like that, like a beast. So I know when the Bible speaks of the beasts of the field, he sure is not talking about us. Yes, we have beef with each other and we fight, but we don't try to denigrate each other to cut off our body parts and eat it. And I mean, we just don't, we're not those people. We're not those people. We're not humankind. We are the human beings. So I just want to say, I love you for listening. I hope you become centered. I hope you raise your vibration. I hope you connect, deeply connect. And for those of you who are just starting out to learn how to meditate, if you see flashes of things like, you know, a person or something like that, don't get scared and don't stop. Because that's part of it. It's a spiritual journey. And whether you believe it or not, when we pass on, just the body, but you can't get rid of that natural energy that's within us. It lives on. Yes, so that's all I have. I have a lot, but I don't want to keep dragging on and on, you know.
Nobody's
but I do. I do hope and pray that we start developing more networks and reaching out across the aisles, reaching from state to state, from country to country, around the world, become internationally connected and stop being ignorant as far as, you know, it makes me sad when I hear, and I know a lot, when you're in the urban life, I get that, but you're not blind and you're not in a bubble. So stop it. Stop looking at a brother and sister that comes from another country, whatever, talking another language, and vice versa for us coming from the islands and places like that. You're not better than each other. You're not different from each other. You just happen to be born where you were born. You was a resident there. You were a resident. And the language is what it is. English, Spanish, it doesn't matter. We are the same people. And at the end of the day, if you were being hung or shot or whatever, they don't go out their way to see what kind of language you speak. So what I'm saying, we got to stop and we got to love each other. And if you don't really understand, take the time to understand that person when they speak to you. There's so much in the eyes alone. And the majority of people I used to work with I'm in California, speak Spanish. But I found ways and I started learning it myself. But the point is, that's what love really looks like. Don't discount another person because you feel they're different from you. It's insane. It's insane. And this is what mental illness look like amongst our people, because we bought into that you better than that one, you're different than that one, because you better than that one, so you work in the house. You better than that one, so I'm gonna put you over here. Oh, you look this way, so you stay in the field and work until you die. So we have to be responsible for continuing that perpetual cycle. We have to take responsibility for that. We have to. And also between men and women. Men, hear me now. If you are not working and your woman is working, your job is to support her, because an income is an income. If you have children and you're at home, help her with the children. Stop with the sexist stuff. That's not the way we work. We work together as a unit. Teach our children to work together as a unit. We must get back to grassroots. We must get back to the way we were. We need each other. Without each other, we're solely are going to be controlled continually by the dominant force. And guess what? It's more of us than it is them already. But you would think it's more of them, because so many of us have, what can I say? We have fled. We have fled mentally. We have fled. We no longer believe in ourselves. We don't love ourselves, and we make excuses as to why we can't. We now internalize what we think as our weaknesses, and our skin color have now become what we think of as our weaknesses, which that is actually what is going to continue to help us to survive. Because as the earth heats up, if you don't have enough melanin, you're not going to be here anyways. And then you're going to wish you were. You honor that black skin or brown skin, whatever you call yourself. So out of love, I'm saying these things, guys. I don't know you, but I love you. I love you because you're part of me. You're a part of me. We're like a tree of life. And we must start treating each other accordingly if we want to continue to grow. So with that, thank you, Brother Lance. Thank you.
Thank you. Look at the beautiful words you just put down. Look at the beautiful words you just put down. And like I said, that's what it's all about. We don't need to focus on, we need to watch the enemy, of course, but we also have to multitask and show each other love and raise the vibration of our melanin, because I feel that as we love on each other, the melanin that we have becomes even more powerful to react and deal with the universe around us. Everything that the enemy puts out there for us is to reduce the power of our melanin, to take us off course and not vibrate as high. You see what I mean?
Yes.
You know, the midget that wants to play basketball against the tall giant, he can't beat him, but if he gets some drunk before the fight, before the game, you know, he has a shot. So let's focus on vibrating higher, like you just said, so beautifully said. And the female energy that you bring and the mothering energy that you bring is so nurturing. It's just so soothing. And as I sat here, it was like, you know, when you pat a baby on the back and you watch the baby fall asleep, I'm not falling asleep because you're boring. You're saying you're feeding us, and it's not sleep, but it's a relaxation and state of mind. And it's like when you have a cat laying down, it's going, brr, brr, brr. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm a nurturer by heart, by trait. I'm a nurturer, you know, and if I can't say something or do something to help another person, then I'm quiet. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I'm looking at our people, you know, we're kind of like all over the place. You know, like I said, I feel for a lot of our young people who feel as though they have to turn to other people to find themselves, which is it's not going to happen when you turn to someone who was a part of your downfall. Mm-hmm. I mean, they don't see themselves that way, For them, that's just like to a lot of us. We talk about Christianity. To them, it's the natural way to be, to protect their master, to continue to believe in it's Jesus, and someone's going to come and do all these things for us. No, the power is going to come from within you, from our ancestors. But if you don't want that, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because they're not going to force themselves on you. So they were once were, and you're here now. So we have to make a choice. Are we going to embrace who we are? And are we going to fight or are we going to flight? And yes, when you think about relationship, I mean, come on. People walk away from relationship for anything nowadays, but yet you're going to tell me I got to stay in this relationship, with this Caucasian person because they listen to you. That's not a reason. I don't know. You know what I mean? Lance? Oops.
Oh, I'm steady talking to you. I didn't realize I muted the phone because I was making noise over here.
Oh, okay.
I always do that.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there talking to you. And I'm like, the microphone sounds funny. Go ahead, sister.
Oh. Well, yeah, but so we need to get away from that, that reality type of thinking, and relationships. That is not a reason. That's why relationships don't last. In the first place, you want to pick and choose those things about the person you like. Well, I'm sorry, there's a whole host of things behind that person, like a lot of baggage that you should have been paying attention to. Uh-huh. Yeah. So getting with a Caucasian person for that reason, because it's different, they treated you different. Come on now. How long you think they're going to last? This been going on for how long? I mean, come on. It's been going on for a long time, and it's a disservice to the children.
Sure is.
Eventually, because what happens when you end up going your way and they going their way? You know what I mean? The child suffers if it's with the white parent. Not feeling a part of, and then they get slapped in the face, and then they got to wake up and realize, what? I'm black? Oh. Not to be laughing, because I really feel sorry when I see them all confused and like, I don't understand what's happening.
Right.
And so I'm like, gosh, why, even if you're going to be in that relationship, you need to be honest with your children and tell them the truth. So things like this won't be a surprise because you live in America.
Right.
Damn. You live in America. Since when it's been so congenial? Where there's no ups and downs. I mean, come on, I can't even remember. A season, since I got old enough to realize there was a disparity in race and what have you going on here. So, you can live in this and put your head in like an ostrich in the sand, but the world's still going to, rotate and do what it do. But what comes to you, you're in control of that. You're in control of that. And nobody else can stop it.
That's right.
Yeah, nobody can change that but you, And that's what I hope for, because I had to, go through this with my own children, my adult children, because they think, oh, this cat was cool. But and then the friend said, well, this racism stuff brings out the truth in people. And I'm like, yeah, because it's been there all along. They were that way already. So I'm not going to sit here and just, blame Trump for all of a sudden my white neighbor using a Confederate flag. That fool was like that already. So that's what we have to get to, is the truth. Facing the truth. And learning about our history. And once again, accept ourselves for who we are. And you'd be surprised what can happen. Amen to that?
Yes, indeed. Totally agree. You speak nothing but the truth.
Yes. And yeah, you might lose friends, but they weren't your friend in the first place.
Exactly. Exactly.
You can't lose what you never had, right?
That's right.
Yeah. So get over it. And if a brother or sister or mom or dad stop talking to you, that's oh well.
Because they were unknown dead weight anyway.
Exactly. Yeah. So we need, more of our brothers, marching like they did at Stone Mountain, Georgia. Yeah, we got to prepare.
Yes.
We got to prepare. We can't just keep on allowing this to happen to us over and over again. And, not to be picking on our brothers, but I am going to say this. Because they always want to put white women weren't able to vote and what have you. I don't know. Let's talk to the women, the daughters of the Confederates who were responsible for making sure that the monuments of Confederate soldiers that had slaves and what have you were, in fact, the projects were completed. And these were women. 1916. So we need to stop with that. Oh, they're nice. They're little angels. They're going to do what I say do, and they're submissive. Keep thinking that. You want to ask, what's his name? Bill Cosby. You want to ask Weinstein? Yeah. So keep thinking that. And then when you look at that young man that was they were trying to hang, how many women was with them and on him too? So you got to stop. We got to stop. I'm not saying that all white women are dirty, but at the end of the day, don't get surprised. Okay? Don't get surprised. Okay? Yeah.
This country's full of surprises. Trust me.
Yeah. You guys, we gotta just do some soul searching and get it together. Get it together before it's too late. Because right now we cannot afford to miss this. We can't afford to miss this because this is going to determine a lot. It's weighing a lot on us.
Right.
So we must stay focused and we must get something done. Some things done. And we need to work together. I mean, like I said, don't matter what group you call yourself, you more over here, Muslims over there, the Hebrews over there, Cherokees over there, Seminole. I don't care what you call yourself. At the end of the day, fool, we all the same people. Stop with that foolishness. Enough. And because I heard someone say, well, we might have all started out of Africa. Yeah, but the point is that we're not even talking about that right now.
Right.
We're talking about changing and dismantling a system that has been oppressing us.
All of us.
For generations. Generations. And the other thing, that I have a talk with African sister, they like to sing you a lot of Jesus stuff and whatever. And I just came out and asked her, I said, can I ask you something? What the hell Jesus was doing when they were taking Africans out of Africa and bringing them here in chains.
Well, they want to hear that.
Yeah. No, she didn't. She got up. She said, "Okay, have a good night." You got damn right. Yeah, don't come to me with that bullcrap, okay? Because I'm not gonna hurt your. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings.
No, but
right. Don't.
You're not gonna tolerate
ignorance.
Right.
Yeah, I don't tolerate storytelling. I'm a woman. I'm a real woman, okay? And you gonna speak to me some truth and some goddamn facts.
Tell it.
Now, yes, if Jesus quote, and he wasn't called that. And see, that makes, you have to be logical. He wasn't called that. So that too, if we're going to go with that story, then let's go to the original story. And why would he answer you if you calling him some freaking made up name? That's not his name. That's not his name. So call him by his right name. Have some respect. Yeah, if you're gonna go there, and also respect what his status was, you know. So this is the things that can frustrate me. You know, I don't know about you, but when you know the truth about things, and you have these people coming with these artificial stories, it's like, go away. Go away. Oh, we can have a discussion,
right?
But then we're gonna get into, I want your facts. And if you're just coming from a book, okay, well, you're done. You're done.
Right.
Yeah, you're done. You're done. So I want evidence. Evidence.
A resume. Give me a body of work. Show me something. Show me you've been living like, you have one guy or woman who, one day they're Jehovah's Witness, and the next day they're Catholic, and the next day they're Nation of Islam, and the next day they're 12 tribes, and the next day they're indigenous.
Yes.
We have an identity problem. What are you running away from?
We do. We have a serious identity problem. And you guys, it's still going to go back to what the hell were we doing 600, what someone says now, it's been 626 years or something like that. We've been with these fools, Caucasian people, these Europeans. What were we doing before then?
Right. And what are we planning in the future now?
Don't you want to?
What are we planning for the future?
Know? Yeah. Yes. Who built the pyramids? If you know you built the pyramids, your people, don't you want to know more? Instead of want to look at that and say, well, they were devil worshippers because they were worshiping multiple gods. It's like, you have no idea what you're talking about. You have no idea what you're talking about. So that's where it's really important for you to understand your history. Then you'll better understand yourself, and then how to respond to these other people. But you can't do that if you are confused and unyielding and unwilling to embrace yourself, your culture, your history. So it's just, we got a lot of work to do.
That's right.
You got a lot of work to do. So, and saying that, I'm going to get back to chore time. I didn't finish my housework, but anyways, I do thank you so much for having me on.
Thank you.
And once again, I really enjoyed myself, and I hope others enjoy what they because it wasn't entertainment. It's food for thought, and hopefully it caused some reaction. We can say work. Yes. Yeah, words without works is dead. So we all know what that means. If you ever went to a Christian church, that's what's happening. If we don't put in the work, no change will come.
You're right about that.
Yeah. So that's what I'm hoping. Change. And this time, a change that will last, is everlasting for us. Because why believe in heaven and the universe and not on earth? That's nonsense. That's nonsense. we should be living like we once did, like kings and queens. The earth has everything, and our bodies have everything that it needs.
In abundance.
Exactly. So, but if you want to continue to let somebody spoon feed you, I guess, you have Stockholm syndrome really bad. You have a bad case of it, and you need to go get some help. Really.
And a lot
really.
If you don't
see yourself, if you are we are some beautiful people, man. I love watching us entertain, and it's funny how we could be entertainers, and we love to still see our others entertain us. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we are just too freaking blessed. I mean, we are truly gods. We're creators. I mean, we have the whole world following us and our stuff. And it's like, do you not see that? Do you not see that? Do you not understand that? But if you really get in there, get into your creativity and your spirit and your soul, man. Come on. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the world is waiting for us to rule again. What is wrong? Come on, brothers and sisters, get it together. Wake the hell up. Wake up. I'm gonna go up there to my table and do my little conference, I call it, with the ancestors, because I want them to pour out abundancy amongst our people, and they are doing it, because our young people ain't having it. They ain't having it.
Mm-hmm.
They waking the hell up. They ain't having it, and they don't care if their parents ain't down with it right now. But they doing what they need to do. But yes, I want to see us in unison, just like they talk about the locusts, how the locusts come and eat away and spread up. Well, hell, that needs to be us, because we need to eat back up all the crap that belonged to us. Shoot. Okay, and that's how it needs to look. We flood the lands. Taking our shit back.
That's right.
Taking our shit back. Now, I'm not asking you to give it back. I like when this young African girl said, I don't want you to give this nothing back. We want to take it like you did it to us. I was like, all right now. Okay, Rough Rider in the house. I like that. It's like, no, that chick is on fire and she has spirit. And she was only 20-something. So, hey, it's time, people. It's time. I'm not saying go out there and hate on anybody, hurt somebody, or none of that stuff. Be focused on what we need to do, our agenda.
And you can love yourself.
And yeah, exactly. That's what I want we need to be at, loving ourselves and loving our people, elevating one another. Because everybody else can do it. We don't got a problem with that. Do we say anything about that? Hell no, we don't. But whenever we get together and whatever we want to do for ourselves, it seems to cause a frenzy. It causes a frenzy. And then they want to be a part of it. And then what happens? It gets distorted and eradicated eventually.
Right.
Yeah. So no. No. It's about our people. It's about our people. And if you ain't melanated, for me and my organization, it ain't happening. And I don't want to hear all that civil rights bullcrap. Go to hell with that. Go to hell. Go to hell. Because I know so many agencies, what they do now, they say, well, can you speak Mandarin? Can you speak Spanish? And that's how they keep us out.
See that? Mm-hmm.
And then they say, oh, you got this many years. Oh, you overqualified. You got a degree. Oh, you overqualified. Uh-huh. So this is the bullshit that they do. Okay, so you know what? I learned that from you. Okay, hey, oh well. Do you speak bionic? I'm gonna use what you use, okay? But at the end of the day, that's all I want to see is brown faces, and that's it. And I'm unapologetic about feeling that way. I don't care what nobody thinks.
That's right.
I don't. I really don't. That's I want to start repairing some of the damage that you've done, especially when I look at our young people lost like they are. There's no opportunity. You had them going to college and everything, and they can't get a goddamn job. The most of them can get a job as a manager at McDonald's. So that kind of stuff pisses me off, man. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You have women, struggling, and they have children, a single mother, and then they go through all of that, and then you don't give them the job.
See that?
You know what I mean? You got all the excuses in the world. And now you're going back to saying, well, what you going to do with your hair? We don't like where you dress. What the heck did that have to do with anything? That's her culture. She want to look like that. That's her business.
Exactly.
You're not hiring her for her hair. So this is the nonsense. So if we control our own infrastructures, our own banks, our own agency, period. Become a part of corporate, for our own people, our own institutions, and fill with ourselves, our own people. We can do others,
Mm-hmm.
but if we can gradually start doing and building on developing in those areas, then we can put ourselves back to work and stop depending on others to do it for us. And that's the problem right now I see is happening in Africa. They're depending still too much on foreign, aid, on foreign infrastructures, to, foreign banks to come in and save them. And it's like, wait a minute. You have, what did I say earlier that I read, 76%? Okay, so a lot of the countries are poor, but then there's a lot of youths that do have money. So it's like you can pull together and organize together. You might not get there all at once, but you'll get there eventually.
Right.
Because you'll bring the resource there. I mean, that's crazy when I hear that you're getting food from China.
That makes no sense whatsoever.
And I'm like, wait a minute. But you can't eat your own food that's right there on the ground. Okay, I got a problem with this already. So it's like, now Africa wouldn't be ready for me, because you're not going to tell me I can't go pluck some from a goddamn tree if it ain't on your property. I mean, that's some crazy stuff right there. That is crazy. How is that possible? And then you got other areas that is prospering and getting richer, but what about the other areas that have less means? Why are you not reaching over to your neighbor? See, and this is where they get us at, because you actually got that wall of division. That you're different and better, and you're in the same on the same freaking continent. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So yeah, there's a lot of work in general, not just here in America, but around the globe, because it's the same thing in Brazil. It's wherever you go, wherever we exist, the issues, the same issues, are there. So it doesn't matter where you run to. Until globally, we all take a good look at ourselves and realize we got to stop. The other thing too, stop allowing Caucasian to be in our meetings to control the narrative of the discussion. I don't like that.
Just
I don't understand why is that happening. Why is that happening?
They plant people and they run back and tell. The meetings that we've had here, we've always had one or two of the same white men that would come around when we were having the road to restoration meeting
put out there. Huh?
Yeah. So you got to have it like we do this off the air and on air. We do, you know, with the real diehards. You can't, you know, you use social media as a way to connect, and you
Right,
can
you
pretty much
can't.
sift through. And once you get the serious people after you vet them, because any old thing will come on through and then want to run and wreck things up or whatever. So now it's like things are going on strong, but there's certain areas that we cannot make too public. You know what I mean? You have to.
But but brother, it's bigger than that. It's the message that we're sending out, and these people are, you know, our age, around our age. You're 40 and up, or 30 and up. But it's the message that we're giving to our young people. Exactly. We can't do shit without their influence. And that's what I want to see us get away from. What the hell is wrong with you? We need to get away from that, because that tells them, too, you're still weak and vulnerable, and you're still independent. You're still dependent on them.
That's right.
You know? So it's just a lot of mixed messages. A lot of mixed messages. When I look at European State of the Union, what have you, I barely see any, you don't even see a black face in there. When you look at, even look at CNN, when you're watching CNN, the majority of the reporters, the panel with Trump, that's behind him. Once in a great while, he bring out, what his name, the doctor, Carson, Ben Carson. Mm-hmm. He's an idiot. He's not even, he is not a politician. You know, just stick with being a doctor, you know. But the point is, he put him in that position of housing just to undermine that he has a doctorate degree. Because I'm like, you don't need a doctorate degree in medical as a physician to do housing. That was a slap in the face. He's an idiot. Why'd you take that? You know what I mean? Did you understand what he was doing to you? That was a lateral move. You didn't go up in status. You actually went down in status. He took away your voice. You don't have a real voice. You know, so we just, you know, we just got to really start vetting our decisions. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah. What arenas we're stepping in, because, you know, sometimes a comeback is not always the correct response to anything. Silence sometimes is very golden.
It's more powerful when used properly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because isn't that what they did to us when they were having the in Philadelphia, when they were making the decisions about slavery? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Were we there? No. They were doing everything like a thief in the night. And next thing you know, they just pounce on you like a plumber. You know what I mean? So if you're going to learn anything from them, that should be it. How to organize, and organize in secret, and not allow them to be sitting on our panels and a part of our decision making for our people. Enough of that nonsense. That makes absolutely no sense to me. And I don't care if all of a sudden, oh, you got a bleeding heart, and I understand, I get it. I didn't experience it, but I get it. No, you can't get it because you didn't experience it. You have been complicit in it. So at what part did you get it? And when did you get it? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Not as it's happening. There's not enough time. There's like if somebody is going to sobriety for 2 or 3 days or a week and saying they got it. They understand it. They don't. That's why they lapse every time. That's what racism is. It's a drug. And they keep lapsing over time. Mm-hmm. You will get along real good. So this is my thing. When it's all over, are we going to go back to a kumbaya moment and hug each other? Well, of course, right now the church is now they speaking and opening their mouths Why? Because they're trying to keep the congregation together and change the flow of race relationship starting in the church. And usually that does work. And then everybody start forgiving each other. And you forgot that she called you the nigger the other day and whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
So my thing is, no. I don't like the word when people say, if you don't forgive, you give them the power. No. If you do forgive, you give them the power.
That's right.
You give them the opportunity to keep effing you over and over again.
Tell it.
So my thing is, no, forgiveness, unforgiveness, those are play on words, okay? They're not in my vocabulary. They have shit to do with nothing, okay? They have nothing to do with nothing. Because at the end of the day, we operate on emotions and spirit. And if I'm pleasant to you, that doesn't cost me nothing. If you're pleasant to me, it doesn't cost you nothing. When you hateful towards me, but it's going to cost you everything. It's going to cost you everything. And I don't have to be unpleasant to you to get my point across. But know this, and hear me clearly. Once you have set that present, it's like a line in the sand. It does not change. Because my mother always said, a leopard don't change its spot. And she's correct on that. And you do what you do, and I'm going to do what I do over here, and we can get along beautifully. But I don't want you imposing yourself on me and mine, and I want to impose myself on you and yours. Because at the end of the day, you don't matter to me. You just, you're here. You're just taking up space. You're mouth breather. I could care less. It only affects me when you come after me and mine. And that's when the climate will change. And that's just it. That's just the way it is, So when you come at me with the Christian book, the peace, and I'll get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here with all that nonsense. We are creatures, just like the lion and the tiger and the grizzly and the deer, the fawn, the elk, the alligators, okay? They don't hold no grudges. It is what it is. I need something from you. I'm taking it from you. And that's exactly what has happened. I don't need to forgive them for slavery. I don't need to do that. But what you need to do is get the hell out of my way so I can move on with my life. Because I'm in transition and you're blocking me. And now one or two things. Either I'm going to flight or fight for for my destiny, my journey, or I'm going to allow you to continue to do what you're doing to me. That's why they don't have a conscience about what they did in the past. I heard in UK what they call him, not the ambassador, but the from the embassy. He was saying how because they don't it's not a president. I forget what they call those people in Europe. They don't call them presidents. They call them
and I don't follow. I'm so away from that, but I know what you're saying.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a lot going on, but you know what? Prime Minister. Thank you.
We still
Prime
at the
Minister.
same time.
So he was saying he's ashamed of the history in the past. But it's like, no, you're not ashamed, fool. You just caught. You're not ashamed. Because it's like when I do something wrong to you, I go to you, Brother Lance, and I try to correct it because I felt bad about it. How long has it been? How long has it been? It's been over 600 years. And you have done not one damn thing to correct what you have done to our people, to my people.
That's right.
So don't freaking tell me that you're ashamed and you heartbroken, you complicit Caucasian Americans until you put your money where your mouth is. And I'm not saying send me a dang on check. No, take your butt in our communities and fix our schools, fix our communities, the water and everything that's all damaged there and decayed. Then you speaking to me.
That's right.
But our lame brothers and sisters with that kumbaya bull crap, do what you do. Stay over there with them. But don't try to convince the rest of us of that garbage. Because you are no better when you sitting there in a church side by side and know god darn well our brothers and stuff been hung and shot and whatever, and you sitting there elbow to elbow. And they haven't said a goddamn thing. Oh, now, okay, I think I'm getting pissed now. But anyways, when I look at these images and they play out, you know what I mean? So you want peace, then you show up. You show out. You do what you need to do to fix it. You so sorry? Then I'm pretty sure a lot of you related to these white nationalists posing as police officers. Okay? Do something about that. You have influence. You have power. But I don't want to hear your sorries. I don't give a damn about you marching in the streets with that Black Lives Matter bull crap. That's only a show anyways. That's a show anyways. We've been through this. That's just a distraction. And then what you do, you focus on how many white people show up to the march. Like that really matters.
So many focus on that.
So, enough of the games. We need to get serious. And we need to get damn mad about it. But this time be organized about it. Be clear. Be unapologetic. And I'm not saying throw your Bible out. That's what you want to do. Do it. Don't throw your Quran away. Just do it. Don't throw your Talmud away. Just keep your books. Who cares? Who cares? Because the book haven't done anything for you. So, keep it. Keep it. The change will not come until we decide we want it. Question is, how bad do you want it? Ask yourself that. And then that's it for me. Peace. Much love.
Thank you so much, my dear sister. And
you're welcome. You're welcome. But they got to get down to earth. We got to go there. We got to do this. Don't allow this moment in time to pass us by.
That's what it is.
Yes, we can't. No more playing games. We got to get serious. And for the love of the Creator and our ancestors, stop criticizing those who are trying to make a difference. Those who are not trying, who are making a difference. Okay? So, and that's it. I think I have had my say now. I had to go into my little spiel.
No,
because these are the things that keeps me up at night. When I hear all this conflicting discussion going on, and I'm just like, oh God, we're gonna do this again.
Oh man, for real, right?
Are we gonna continue these discussions? And then we have our most brilliant minds, coming in and saying, people like Jane Elliott is right, about, talking about the white race privilege and we all are the same. We all come from Africa and they part of, but I don't want to hear that. I don't care about all that noise. It's not her damn head that's on the chopping block. So I'm gonna give her a pat on the back for that. See, that's where we got to stop. Once again, there you go, praising and worshiping them. What the hell is this woman saying that you didn't already know? You don't need a damn degree to figure that out. You know what I mean? But I get sick of that, you know. Then everybody, you know, you got people sending me on Facebook and, you know, texting all this. Oh, Jane Elliott, she gets it. You know, get out of here. How old this woman is? She done lived off the backs of black labor and slavery and, you know, and privilege all these years. And I'm supposed to, you know, jump up like a seal and clap my hands because I've been trained. I'm not a damn seal. I have a conscience. I have a brain. Okay. And I can count. I can read. And I can discern. So no, you're not going to get no credit. None of you are going to get credit from me. Because at the end of the day, I got a lot of books too. What the hell the book's going to do other than inform me as to what I already know?
That's right.
You understand? Yeah. So I'm not praising no goddamn body that walks on two legs. Nobody. And I damn well am not going to praise nothing that a Caucasian person do, because it's like when you make bread, they take all the nutrition out of bread to make it white bread, and then they put it back in to make it enriched. That's what they've done to us.
I've never
so why the
that.
hell am I going to stand up and give you an applause for that?
I never understood that.
Huh?
I never understood that. And then when some people say, oh, it's enriched, like it's something good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's amazing to me. How you going to go and you're going to replant the trees when, fool, you took the trees out in the first place? You're ruining this environment. And now are you going to pass a bill to fix everything? And we supposed to be all happy about that? No, I'm not. You fucked it up in the first place. So no, you get no kudos from me. See, and this is what an original woman is about. Original man. We know the goddamn history. We know the truth. We see it. I don't need a damn book to tell me. I was conscious when I was 5 years old. When Martin Luther King was killed, I saw the real world. So don't ever, and trust me, no, there's not a Christian person that wants to deal with me. You know, there's not a Muslim want to deal with me. Do not come in my face talking about worshiping another human being. You understand? It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because, first of all, like I said, I had a death experience, and I know it ain't what you think. Okay? So, and saying that, I'm damn confident in how I feel and believe in the creator and the universe itself. And that's the only thing at this point in my life I'm only focused on and what's in between. What I can do to help my people, and that's it.
Tell it.
But all that other noise that's rallying around, I could care less. So, once again, take them off the goddamn pedestal. Take people off the goddamn pedestal. Take your masters off the pedestal. And you'll find your way. As long as you got them on a pedestal, you'll never come to fruition to be the man and the woman that you're supposed to be. And that, I'm going to end with that. I am for sure. Because my dog is right here. Look at me like, get off the phone.
I'm over here
he
just
says,
soaking it in.
Time.
Over here just soaking it in. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much, sister. You put it down.
Yes.
You put it down for real.
Yeah, yes. Let it soak in. Focus on it. You know. Yes, wow. Please. We must start asking ourselves, who are we? And what can we be? Yes. But anyways, thanks again.
Yes. Thank you, sister. And
okay.
Yeah, definitely. You take care. All right. And you call me when you're ready. I don't care what time it is. We're going to do it. I challenge you. The minute you say, hey, this is the time.
Well, hey, look, don't challenge me now.
I love giving challenges, and I love challenges myself. Trust me.
Yes, I love a challenge. I raised 4 sons, and I have 2 grandsons. And I'm always surrounded by their friends. And they know how I get down. I'm like, no. I like a challenge.
Wow. For real.
Yes. That's how I roll.
I see.
Okay, brother man.
All right. You have a good night.
Okay, take care.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Okay, take care.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Now, the way we're going to do it is we're going to have Sarge and Strange Fruit. If those are the 2, okay? No brain farts over here. I'm just high as a kite. Like when I get to an end of a day, which is not really the end, but I put up and did so much work and I feel good about that. So I'm on cruise control. It's a real natural high for me. So I'm going to end this. Yeah, right? Yeah, we're going to do a joke night this weekend, probably Saturday night or something in the late evening or whatever, and I'll just run off and have people call in. I'd love to do that on Vimeo where I can play real music and get away with it, but I'm just going to take a chance. Probably I'll start a live doing it and offer an alternative link where you can go and hear the real nitty gritty. But I want to start this debate. So what I'm going to do, let me know if you're down for the debate. Strange Fruit and what's his name here? I already called it out. Okay. PSGE7 and Strange Fruit. If you're still here and you're down, give me a call. I'm going to end this a little abruptly, but give me a call first so that you can be on the line. I want to hear you now, actually. And you called me already earlier. Let's hear these phones ring. I want to make sure you're there. And yes, old LANCESCURV is on Telegram. So link up with me on Telegram. I'm going to start some groups there and some secret groups there, and we're going to do certain things. Okay, here he is. Yes, my brother, you're here and ready to roll. We're waiting for one more person.
All right, brother man, how you doing, bro, man?
I'm good. I'm just waiting for one more call.
Man, I have been listening to this, and I've been taking shots in the chat room, right?
Oh, I know. I know how Sarge does. Come on, man. I know.
Yeah, but I ain't said nothing, invectful.
Right.
No invective. I just been saying, hey, I just been highly amused by the comments of this woman. It's like facts almost don't matter there.
Right. Okay, she
said
I'm
just talking facts. I'm not talking about opinion.
She's not going to debate tonight, she said. But what we'll do, I'll end this and have you do a little rant, coming up immediately. So usually I play a lot of music and stuff and wind down. I'm going to play one song and just end it, or I'm just going to go right into the credits and just end it. So hold tight with me while I go through that, and then we're just going to have you come right on. There's no need to have to hang up. It's only going to take 2 minutes. So just give me 2 minutes, brother, and we're going to go right on live again. Is that okay?
All right. You want me to just stay on the line or call back?
Yeah, well, it may take about 5 minutes, really. So, yeah, call back in about 5, but I'm setting everything up, and I'm going live immediately. So, you might as well stay on. But I'm going to cut this.
All right,
one.
it is now 9. My time. It's now 9:28. What time would you like me to call back in?
9:32.
Roger.
Okay. Call back at 9:32. Okay. All right. Call me back.
Talk in.
All right. Ali B, you got it. We're coming right back. After we end this, we're going to come back live.
lost my love. They're gonna move to the groove. I noticed that I lost my love. Shut up.